From last time that we left off, basically, Perseus came flying in from nowhere with blue wings, which clearly we are not going to talk about. And then so from there, excursion with his aunt. I think we already talked about this before. I think so. From there, all the actions made it a little hazy in my mind. Talked with his aunt, relative, someone related to him, clearly enough to make him truly rattled. And we've been looking for a way out of this cave ever since, because clearly, if they've made Perseus so not like Perseus, then they must have done something truly horrid, at least from what I can tell. So we've been on our way, trying to find a way out, going through multiple holes. Tried to talk to Henry, the others who had been inside of, these caverns. Thing is, they didn't have anything to say because they've been down here for so long, which, truly, useful. Very useful to us. Stupidly useful, so dumb. And then we encountered this city, if we can call it a city, really, made up of broken people, if you can call them people. They steal, well, I suppose steal is the right right for that, abilities from those who have them. One even gave quite a splendid performance, but the thing is, we're hopeful to find a way out of the city before we had to stay there for too long, which didn't happen. The occupants of the cave city, assumed that we were trying to steal their food, like we were going to eat anything down here, and attacked us. But thankfully, we managed to get away through a quick tale of the runaway, which I am thankful to that spirit for, so we no longer had to fight them anymore. And now we are further on our way out of here. However, this is now. So far away.
You are now sitting at a small... Well, it would be a campfire if you had any wood. I will say you are going to be taking a long rest through this.
Rest? Is anybody been hurt? I don't think...
I've been getting some ouchies here and there.
I thought didn't I give you healing last time?
Yeah, but I got hurt more.
This always happens. Okay, well, you're getting a long rest, so it doesn't really matter now.
As you all settle down, unrolling your bedrolls and whatever you have for camp supplies, you have quite honestly no idea how long this will be. But you know that you will have time. You only need 6 hours of actual sleep in a long rest. So each of you can take a 2-hour watch.
Okay.
Mitti will be taking 4 hours of watch, as she only needs to trance.
And she's not here!
Yes, she will be taking the last two blocks.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 blocks for watch, as it is a 8-hour rest. The last 2 is filled with Mitti. You need to fill the first 2 with 2 people and the last 2 with 1 person.
I'll take first watch.
All right. We got 1 person for first watch.
I'll take last watch.
Okay. 1 for first, 2 for last.
Sounds pretty good math to me.
And so the first watch is currently covered by Funky and Liam. The second watch is currently covered by no one. The third and fourth watches are covered by Mitti, and then the fourth watch is also covered by Jork.
Yeah.
So,
one after Perseus then.
before you all bed down for rest, you have maybe 30, 45 minutes just to talk amongst yourselves as what is able to be shared food-wise is passed around, and you all just finally have a moment to sit.
So, how did all of you make it down here?
Ah, yeah. So after you kind of scared us by disappearing, we essentially followed more trails to the Under Circus, because that was the assumption that was kind of made. I mean, hey, if we're looking for the Under Circus and one of your friends disappeared, they're probably taken by the Under Circus. At least now that I realize that's rather obvious.
They also left you a note.
Yeah, and also we were, given a note by the Under Circus, which really, if they wanted their kidnapping to go, well, I don't know why they would leave a note. I don't know. It was a rather profane note, kind of vulgar. But, so basically we followed that until we found other signs of, wait, how exactly did we do that again, Liam? I forget the in-betweens.
Mitti and her companion Hound were essentially helping us find a way down.
Oh, yes.
We followed to an abandoned building, found Slet, went down, continued to go down, ran into Henry and his tribe? Question mark?
We are called a cloister. Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Ran into Henry's cloister.
As you mentioned Mitti, by the way, you look over and she is just staring blankly out into space.
Oh.
Reem just kind of like looks at that like, she does that, right?
No, I don't think so.
She is alternating back and forth between saying, "Who was that?" and "I'm sorry" under her breath.
Neumond, what exactly are you sorry for? Hold on.
She is not responding.
I followed it down here. Got to abandoned church. Continued to go down after a ledge. Got to the field where you sort of flew down, and yep, you know the rest.
Actually, before the long rest, I'd actually like to do second level detect thoughts, because I still have one more spell slot for that.
All right.
Yeah, it's headache time.
Yeah. Is Neumond also thinking these things?
Most of the thoughts that are going through her head is just the image of the woman you saw earlier.
Like, crazy woman that was going after Perseus?
No, so when the Greylings had attacked you, one of them turned into a half-dead woman.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right. That was not a very good Gucci moment. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, sure. Well, Felice will just, let her figure out her own thoughts. Clearly it's trauma. If at any point,
By the way,
can I cancel the concentration for the spell?
You would, however, you do get the surface thoughts from everyone around you.
Yeah, okay. What's everybody's surface thoughts?
Henry's is just fear. Just a constant worry, and you feel all surface thoughts stop for a moment. And then all surface thoughts from Henry stop for a moment before it, all of a sudden, oh, I exist. Where am I?
He's achieved consciousness. He's alive.
No. It keeps on this loop where Henry gains consciousness, realizes what's going on, is scared, and loses consciousness again.
Oh. So this is like panic attacks if you had a reset button.
He needs a hard reset. You gotta kill him.
Not exactly.
No.
We need to reboot Henry.
The longer you spend with a link to him, the longer it takes for each reset, as you can feel your surface thoughts going in his direction as well.
How to feed a flump.
How to feed a flump, yeah. That sounds like a child's book. How to feed a flump. Okay, well, if it doesn't seem to be hurting him or anything, because I feel like we did this before, and it ended up, that would happen before as well. Kind of more visibly, like with speech, because we could tell, like, when he kind of reset.
Roll me a medicine or animal handling check. Depending on how you want to treat Henry. Do you want to treat him as an animal or as a person?
Oh, I should have. Okay, can I? Well, I would like to treat him as a person.
Okay.
I'm not
I
going to take this.
got a 9.
Okay. You have no idea what's going on, but you know. The best you can guess, it's just normal for a flump.
Great.
Specifically a flump of his age.
What's Liam's surface thoughts like?
I hate caves. They're not wet enough. There's no trees. Nothing. It's just dead.
As a pair to those surface thoughts, they can be more alive. They're not. This is not a good cave.
Oh, this is the
Sovereign.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody's getting chatty up in there.
There's a party up in the McAllister head.
Yeah. All right, Perseus, what you thinking?
Man, I miss my goggles. You said surface thoughts, right? No,
Yes.
it'd just be...
Yeah.
If you want to go deeper into what he's
No.
thinking about, you need to use the ability of the
No.
spell.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that
Okay.
because I'm not a dick. Well, only partially, but
I
not
mean,
fully.
I mean,
Why
only
would
if,
you do that?
I mean, only if you get caught.
Yeah. It's only immoral if you get caught. Just
Come
don't get
on,
caught,
if you-
forehead. So, yeah, the surface thoughts are, I miss my goggles. And
Mm.
what am I going to tell my mom?
Oh, that's gonna make some things click, especially for what you said last time. Fun stuff. I mean, are there any thoughts outside of ours, or do I have to like roll a perception or something? for that?
There is nothing. Even when you use this spell in the open, you would get the surface thoughts of even animals just in existence, almost like radio chatter. Even with your party members, there's long stretches of dead silence in which your party members are just on one train of thought, and it just kind of goes.
While this is active, I guess I could ask, were you like tortured back there or something?
So would she be for surface thoughts? I guess it would change. It would be the name of the person that tortured me. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it'd just be Alexander, whatever her name was, and then it would be killed him. Can't believe I killed him.
Oh, wow,
So what was the question again?
Basically,
me,
if you
I
were
forgot.
tortured.
Because she broke basically all my fingers, right?
You did, however, heal it back.
Yeah,
So-
but it was all of them, basically all of them though. So I just want to lift them up and say, single them out. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. All broken.
As you do, because it's surface thoughts, and surface thoughts can sometimes be memories, you do get a somewhat vivid image of this black plate mail wearing woman grabbing, with his arms strapped to a chair, grabbing his finger and cracking the bones in it. Who do you work for? Then the next finger as he points to the next one, then the next, then the next, until finally she gets almost this like gauntlet out and smashes the palm of his hand, crushing a couple of the bones in there as well.
Yeah, well, Felice will like very vividly like make a disturbed face. Oh my god.
Yeah, but you know, it's just a little
I'd also like to clarify,
torture.
the other players don't know you currently have detect thoughts going.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It was
She'd
just,
still
it was
be
just a little
disturbed even
torture.
hearing this.
Nothing I
Yeah.
couldn't handle.
Are there any
Ah,
ledges I could climb up on?
Yeah, but that's. Can I take a look over at them at all if you'd be comfortable with that?
I mean, they're fine now.
Mm, oh, well, all right. Well, is there anything else that, I mean, well, actually, I think we should all just kind of sleep this off. Hopefully we can find the exit tomorrow. Like,
mean-
out of this hellscape.
I'm not very hopeful on that.
So,
You've been
if we
doing
are
fine.
gonna get it out of here, if we are gonna make it out of here, I think we should be honest about what we're good at.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
his thing is tracking, right? Or carrying excrement or whatever he does. I've heard you like play a couple of songs, and I don't know how that works.
Are you asking how my magic works?
I'm just
As you point to her, a small cat does materialize around her neck and murp at you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The ever-appearing cat.
The ever-appearing cat. Schrodinger's cat.
then there's the cat, which because really all I really can do, and I reach into my duffel bag again and pull out like a big sword. This is all I can really do.
As he reaches in, not only does he pull out a big, I'm going to assume you are pulling out a two-handed sword.
Yeah.
As he pulls out a full 5-foot-long two-handed sword. The full, like, great sword style, with the entire thing being made of engraved flame designs, and almost looking like the center of it is made out of this azure crystal. The outer edges are a flat silver. The pommel themselves are these flames that turn into wings as they wrap around not the pommel. The guard itself is flames that wrap into wings. And the pommel is a stylized flame as well.
That's cool as fuck. Oh my god.
To be honest, that seems like more useful than I am, at least in combat.
Sword matches the owner.
Yeah, certainly. Just as flashy.
Flamboyant, flamey, shiny.
Exactly.
Also, as he does this, and this is only something you will have noticed because of recent events, his blue eye flashes a slight bit.
Do I get any surface thoughts from that?
I don't know.
I doubt it. With the blue eye, I just if anything, it just be what's her face? Well,
Valandris.
my aunt slapping me in the eye and calling me worthless.
Your
No,
aunt's impeccable aim at slapping
Honestly,
you in just the eye.
it would probably be. I would also probably give that you might have the surface thought of the first time you were, we'll say, taught to summon your weapon.
Right.
So you get a vague hint of a small child summoning basically this blue flame equivalent of a small wooden sword, and this old woman leaning over him.
Would have been funny if you pulled out the great sword at the edge too.
Keep that thing on me.
I keep the strap on me.
I mean, I guess this is really. I can also. I mean, this isn't the only thing I can bring out, but this is the one I like the most. So I'm like flourishing the sword a bit.
Also, Funky, I'm going to give you rules for Azamar that I forgot to mention. Your wings can be out at any time. You can only use the ability as the book states.
Okay,
Not that I think you're going to bamf your wings out, but
I'm not.
your wings are an anytime thing.
Okay, cool. That's a cool thing to know now. Thank you. So and
Great.
then I'll just I'll shove the sword as you watch it disappear back into my duffel bag.
As you do, the same flash on the eye, but also you might notice that, like, the bag almost looks like it's getting licked by blue flame as this sword dissolves all at once.
So, how does the detective / deputy or whatever actual government officer you are end up with something like that?
always just sort of been able to do it.
I mean, impressive, but like, that's seems like a lot. Wow. Is it easy to handle?
Honestly, I've
More memories will flash of being taught how to use the sword.
Mhm.
if anything, you'd see me trying it out with an actual sword, like a little short sword, being fucking awful with it. But then as soon as I summon my own one, it just he's moving a lot more smoother with it. The move is more precise.
The counter for that, however, is that anytime he is using his own sword and not the practice sword, Valandris will whack him with a stick, basically.
Not in the eye.
I'm not going to lie, it didn't strike me as the sort to be proficient with weapons of that.
Yeah,
Well-
seem more of a magic caster.
I'm not really that magical, if I'm being honest.
You're going to tell me you're not magical?
I mean, not
You
as
pull
much
a great
as
sword out of a duffel bag. You can
Yeah.
fly.
Mhm.
I can't.
At what point do you consider yourself magical?
I think he needs to start growing mushrooms, dear.
Do you need to like open a portal to the Feywild or something, or like
I mean, it's just I'm not inherently magical.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like
Well.
it's I'm only able to do this because I've trained a lot. And I do mean a lot. And even this takes a lot out of me.
so?
So it's a rare thing?
You get where you're coming from with back to magic. I tried learning how to do it, but
Wait, what do you mean? You use swords?
I use swords, but I don't use magic that much. Any
Um,
one of my younger siblings can do more magic than I can.
well, I mean, given the variety, then I'm not surprised.
You have
Or
siblings?
should I say quantity?
I have 5 younger siblings.
What's
Uh-huh.
that like?
Well,
You should see it.
I was
every so often I do head over for them because I do like my family and they're very dear to me. Well, those are hard to get.
Let's just say if anyone was to have a family, I would personally recommend Leo's. They got quite the homely atmosphere. It's honestly a little uncomfortable considering where I've come from, but it's very nice.
Oh, when they learned how wild shit that was so much.
Cause I grew up an only child. My parents very busy a lot of the time.
Lucky.
So just whatever time we could manage to get together was, brief, but it was sweet.
If I may interject with some more surface thoughts, you see a man wearing a white mask over a surgeon's table, and you have the very vaguest knowledge that he has been over this table for about 6 hours straight. And then you see a woman hunched over her desk, her hair a mess. 3 different men in uniforms standing in her office, all trying to, working out the same thing with a board that is just pinned with drawings and sketches and notes. And all you hear is her have to say, "We have to find this girl. I can't. We have to find this girl." And it is from the perspective of Funky as a small child in the corner.
I don't say that out loud, but do I have to just tell me at any time if there's a certain piece of information that I need to roll to conceal what I'm feeling?
That is up to you if you don't think that you can hide it.
Yeah. I mean, as a bard, I think that the bar is pretty high, but...
Yes, you are an actress. If you were not an actress, I would be having you roll for this. You're an actress. Your entire thing is...
Yeah, it was usually just me on my own.
Jork?
My dog.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to roll me a perception check.
Oh, fun. I love these. I love that I have a +2. And I rolled a 21!
All right.
I almost rolled one.
So, for the first time in a while, your detect thoughts actually picks up something else. First, it just feels like an itch. Just a constant need to scratch. And then it's the question, who are these people? No one's ever down here.
Oh. Uh-oh.
And you can tell that down the way there is another humanoid who is watching you.
Okay. Well, can I tell the general direction of them?
Considering this is you are in a tunnel with a small, bubble.
Yeah.
They're just down the tunnel.
Okay. I'm going to pretend as if I had never heard that. Then I'm going to get a tale from beyond. Just as preparation.
I would actually like you to make a, probably deception check. Frog, I'd like you to make a perception, or, what's it called?
Beat a dirty 20, bitch.
Perception or...
So, DM, small question.
Yes?
Would I notice Felice perking a tail?
Considering the fact that she glows with spiritual energy, yes.
I wouldn't be hiding that fact. I'd be hiding the fact that, I noticed somebody down the line.
I would like to, using the Liam telekinetic postal service, ask Felice something wrong.
Thought I noticed something.
Does it sound hostile?
No clue. I'm not taking chances.
No. How do you know it's there and you don't know its intention?
I just saw movement.
Give me a deception check.
Yep.
I like to say, while you two are having this solid conversation, I'm talking about me and my dog.
Yeah.
Being ignored
21.
entirely.
Yeah, you notice immediately that the smaller halfling in ragged clothes that are mostly furs, though she does not appear to be. It's almost as if her clothes don't fit quite her person. You notice her immediately jump. Not anything noticeable to anyone else, but it is you've been a hunter. You know when an animal has noticed a predator.
Yeah.
Did you pass a 20?
23.
Jesus Christ! Well, I got a 21 for that lie, I guess.
So I need to contest that with insight, correct?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, she didn't need to lie or anything.
Yep,
Was kind of a thing.
11.
Well,
Okay, your lie goes
So-
unchecked.
I mean, you can certainly tell that she's bothered.
I'm going to approach.
Oh.
I'd like to approach so that my hands are on my short sword hilts, but not showing that. And I'm willing to make deception for that.
That would be sleight of hand, not deception.
Sleight of hand? I can do that. What? 22.
Alright,
Okay.
let's go Insight Gaming, I guess.
Insight or perception?
I still have detect thoughts. Do you make the thought of, oh shit, they noticed me, or?
Did not pass.
That is entirely up to Frog.
May I grip a torch in my teeth?
No, but you can
No,
have
I
one
just-
hand on a short sword and one hand on a torch.
That's fair.
Hmm.
I will approach.
I will say you cannot make the sleight of hand if you are gripping the torch in the teeth. Also, you would need to do it very carefully, and it would probably burn you.
You don't
That
burn
is
your tongue.
fair. I will one hand the torch.
For reference, I am hiding behind my tiny wooden buckler type thing, so I have a less of a signature. Because, people are obviously more
Yes.
visible to people.
So not just
I need
that.
to destroy that silhouette.
Yes, not just that. You now, as you approach, find this small, like, it's almost like a tiny plank of wood that you recognize now as a buckler. But it is painted over with grays, and it's covering a tiny alcove that looks to either have been carved or found. Whatever it is, this is not the first time this person has obviously hidden in a cave like this.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say in Sylvan, is someone there?
I'll respond in Sylvan. Huh. I don't know. Just what do we have here?
Do you get up?
Yeah, I get up. Now
right.
that I've heard Sylvan, I can recognize this language. No one ever speaks this shit.
Yes. You watch as getting up, there is this older-looking drow. And at first you just think it's an older-looking drow until he turns his face. And you see that there is a gash rubbed into the side of his mouth to the point where his teeth are showing. And even as you talk, it's growing over itself again. On his head, you see small horn-like protrusions that are growing, and then, like, have been scraped down to the marrow. His arm has a bone showing as he rubs it slightly against this walking stick. He is wearing darker gray clothes and what you would recognize as... Actually, roll me a history check.
Cute.
Also, while you do that, my buckler also has like a sharper end near where the fist would be, like where so I could like punch and do damage to that, and also scrape the other side of my body and just all that sort of thing. So it doubles as being able to be effective for that.
You do not recognize the outfit. However, he is obviously wearing... At first, you think it's just regular animal skins, and then you notice most of them have a stony-like texture. The cloak itself looks to have been some kind of hide that has been tanned very crudely, but then cut very well. So it is now a fully functional and well-made traveling cloak, but it looks to have been made by him in the Underdark.
Do I notice any metal on them?
Probably not.
Not with my knowledge of Druid's version of metal, would I be able to assume they're a Druid?
You may roll me a religion check.
I have fun. Okay.
If this was a Circle of the Spores druid who was practicing in the same way as your siblings, sure, you would know this immediately.
2.
You can vaguely guess that they are of some sort of shamanistic nature. Whether or not they are a professed druid, which is something different, you do not know. You do, however, understand that they probably have something similar to either like a hermit or an outrider background, but you do not know what this person is capable of magic-wise, skill-wise, anything like that.
Continue in Sylvan. Greetings, traveler. Are you a traveler?
Well,
currently
I'm just looking for the way out of here.
Could you be translating this in the
I'll think it
telepathic
back
one?
to you two, since you're still in range for me to do that.
Henry will actually jack the feed and do it for you.
Okay.
Oh, Henry, the IT guy. Woo!
However, Henry only knows the languages you know.
You know, I'm going to be forthright. We sort of noticed some noise. Well, one of my companions down that way sort of noticed some noise. It appears that we seem to have general... We seem to be on the same side of nature. Would you like to come to camp and meet some fellows who could help you get out of here?
Absolutely. And he just walks up and you see, as he gets like more into the light, you see he's like fucked up. There's not a spot in his body that's not like either scarred or calloused over, or actively like a wound.
Felice will give Liam just the thought of, are you serious?
Liam, there is something that strikes you odd. All of these wounds are festering, but none of them are infected in any way. Every single one of these wounds, if they are in the stage of closing, as if they have been perfectly cleaned and perfectly treated, and any of the wounds that are currently weeping will only be weeping blood and the specific fluid that it takes to coagulate blood to make a clot, to make a scab. Even as an outrider without a roll, you know that this is fundamentally impossible with this many wounds.
Yeah, someone would probably die of like dehydration because they wouldn't have enough water in them.
You would die of dehydration. It would be impossible to keep all of these wounds clean. You would be infected somewhere. And then as you're looking at him, you notice that one of his legs is slightly larger than the others. And without thinking about it, he just starts scratching at it with the wooden stick.
Yeah, he has like raggedy clothes. The only thing that's new on him is like a trench coat, and that thing's like just folded over his shoulder.
And I do an insight check to see if I guess I'd be looking to see if he's like wants to do any type of immediate harm.
You can give me an insight check. Persuasion check from you, please, Jasper.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Fuck me.
Man, we're all rolling mode today, aren't we, Percy?
So that is a 7 insight for me. But you got a nat 20 though, man. You're so.
Where?
Yeah, no,
You gotta-
this man not only does not mean you harm, but you think he is actively sent here to help you.
You appear to have a very storied history. My name is Lee.
Good to meet
No,
you.
extend a hand up.
He'll shake yours, but he'll make sure like he'll look over his hand, make sure it's not like a blood, or make sure there's no blood on it or anything. Just make sure it's clean. Then he'll shake.
I would assume you probably have gloves, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to
Oh, what's you?
this, the short halfling that knows you is gonna walk up to you, basically ask in common, do you speak common?
That I do.
Well, I just want to make a few things clear and ask a few questions. You don't mean to hurt us at all, do you?
No.
Doesn't
Okay,
seem like
well,
you would.
how did you get down here?
Well, long story short, I fell into a tar pit and kind of just sank for a while. And I sank, and I sank
Mhm.
further and further. Next thing I knew, I woke up and I was way older than I used to be. And kind of just crawled out of this like cesspool, and I've been trying to get out ever since.
Okay. Well, do you have any relation with the Under Circus?
Who what?
Okay. Can I insight that? Just like on the inside, on the Under Circus.
Insight
I
versus
know that.
persuasion.
I was gonna say if you do say that, I'd say he's not wearing a mask.
Could still have some correlation.
No.
People don't need to wear a mask to have a mask.
He appears
That
to be
no. The Under
appears to be
Circus
some-
to identify themselves. They wear masks.
Oh,
And
then
I'm all
we-
natural. So you see him as he like rips off a piece of his.
I
Like,
want to give this man a fist bump. Nature buddies.
By the way, I would like
Oh.
Frog, please roll me a history check. This is a
Alright.
weird history check because you're trying to correlate your history to things that have happened after it.
10.
Even with that, Liam.
Yeah.
You are an outrider, right?
Yes.
Would you have anything that would denote you as an outrider?
I would probably have at least some symbology on my cloak.
Would I
Frog,
notice
you
enough?
notice enough symbology to notice that he is an outrider, and I'm going to give you a little bit more information in DMs.
What's your name, stranger?
Jasper.
Well, Jasper, you look. Are you tired, Jasper?
I'm always feeling not great ever since I fell into there, but it's fine.
Come here. Here, you can sit on my bedroll. I'll get up and move
Nah, I
somewhere
got
else.
He'll roll out his like unfurl his trench coat and like roll out like a bedroll from it and just kind of sit down next to the fire, throw his belongings. He's super casual about this. Just sits down. Oh, by the way, back there where I came from, not great. A lot of iron, weird mechanical bullshit. Not
What?
exactly fond of seeing living things.
Sounds
Wait.
absolutely dreadful.
Wait,
It
wait,
is.
what? You mean from before you supposedly fell into this tar pit?
This is after I crawled out. There's like things out there trying to kill me, so
Can I? I'm not connecting in my head what exactly he means.
There's like an old ruins up there. It's like a iron. It's all metallic and shit. Not great for a druid.
You're a druid.
Well,
Mm.
kind of. I'm like a self-practicing. I don't really follow a main school or anything.
Oh, well,
Mhm.
cool. I don't know if they introduced themselves, but
Yeah.
I'm Perseus, and the woman over there, just doing whatever she's doing. I point to Neumond.
She is currently
Yes,
just
yes.
kind of sitting still. Her muttering has slowed down, and she is breathing at a reasonable pace, but she is still just kind of sitting quietly for now.
That's
Alright.
Neumond. And we just kind of somehow ended up down here.
Mm-hmm. I am Felice. Good
Good
to
to meet
make
y'all.
your acquaintance. Yes.
Salutations, greetings, all those pleasantries.
Do you want us to describe our characters, or do you know what they look like?
I have no idea.
I would prefer you actually describe the vague ideas of your character, because it's been 6 sessions since we've had a good description, and things may have changed.
I'll go
Oh.
first. Let me get to. He has Jasper has like really long, really messed up black hair, like violet skin. He's a drow. He has like these bright, semi like glowing indigo eyes. He's about 6 foot tall, exact. Kind of gaunt, but lean muscle mass, so he's like 180 pounds, I'd say. He's a pretty relaxed face, like nothing like. He doesn't seem like he has a tense muscle in his body. And he's just covered in rags. The only like new thing he has is his trench coat, and like I said before, everything else is just rags and worn satchels and just a whole bunch of just absolutely worn down stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you'll see this short, kind of short 2-foot halfling
boy.
woman with she's wearing like this. Oh, what kind of outfit would she be wearing this time? She probably is
would-
just wearing her usual.
She'd probably be wearing her Outrider disguise.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what would that be?
Most likely just clothes meant to look like Liam's, but without
Mm.
without anything to easily identify you. So
Yeah, so-
Liam's has little trinkets and little like spiritual things that his family probably gave to him, little beads or something, maybe a bone here or there. But yours is just like plain clothes that is furs and rags and leathers.
So I guess Liam should describe his character first then.
So he's around 5'8". You can tell he has this very. He's not packing a lot of muscle, but you can tell that what muscle he does have, he's very good at utilizing it. He sort of optimizes his muscle, what muscle he does have.
Well capped, essentially.
Yeah. He has these worn leather boots that extend up to his knees. And you'd be able to see that there's moss, that there's residual moss, natural things on him. He's wearing this sort of forest green leather armor that you can sort of tell would blend in with is meant to blend in with a much more green environment. He has 2 short swords strapped at his waist that have some general markings. You could tell that the one on his left has this sort of almost wolf-like head to it, and the other has this sort of snake twirling around the handle. His skin is kind of gray and looks soft. It looks mushroomy. You can see that there are some mushrooms sort of growing around the base of his collarbone in this sort of like wreath, and he has this hair that sort of falls down to his shoulders and is mostly kept in braids with these small beads. You can tell the most prominent one being this one on his right side that has 5 small beads with 2 larger connecting beads at the end. And yeah, he has this sort of fur-lined coat that has these symbols. One symbol sort of encompasses it mostly with these many other smaller symbols. The main symbol is sort of this the sort of snake that sort of is coiled around this small. It's a snake that sort of coils around this colony of mushrooms, with the head of the snake resting on the cap of the mushrooms. Yeah.
As he like looks you over, he'll kind of just think to him. You see him like just kind of like lost in thought for a moment, just kind of processing shit. Yep. So he's just kind of pondering shit. Then he kind of snaps to and says, "You wouldn't know a man by the name McAllister, would you?
My last name is McAllister.
Know a Jameson?
Do I know a Jameson McAllister?
Roll me a history check. You do know a Jameson McAllister. You know a Jameson McAllister the Fifth. And he was your great grandfather.
Oh no.
I know a Jameson McAllister the Fifth. He was my great grandfather.
How many years ago was he around?
About 200.
Approximately 200 years ago.
At the very least, I was in that pit for about 200 years. Great.
Oh.
That doesn't
Well.
feel great at all.
Congratulations on, I guess, managing to stay alive for 200 years.
So
Did you know my family?
Yeah, it was actually one of them who, from what I can think of it, that sent me on the scouting mission that got me, well, into that mess in the first place. I was supposed to be finding new lands to just kind of find fertile ground so we could actually get it situated.
Do I have any idea if this is true or not?
Roll me an insight and a history check.
Oh, okay. 13 for the history, and 18 for the insight.
Okay, so the insight, you know he's talking truth. As for the history, the best you can guess is that he might have been an outrider at some point. Your family's been outriders for fuck as long as you can think. You wouldn't know a time when your family wasn't outriders protecting the city. For all you know, he could quite easily have been sent out by, like, your grandfather to go scout for land. Like, that is how, like, not only reasonable, expected that kind of statement might be from an outrider.
Okay.
That being said, now that he has, like, fully mentioned that he is an outrider, you see that in a similar way of your symbol, he has this pair of antlers that sprawl across his trench coat and curl down into the skull itself.
Have you seen this symbol before?
You have not.
Shoot.
Well, if you
Alright.
two have some sort of relation in one, I guess, even if it is faint, it's better than nothing. Now, as you turn to look at the person who said this, you get to see this bright cacophony of colors that just
Oh.
assaults your eye. Cause now, Felice and Liam have very, I want to say, a more tactical look going on than the man. As you
Just the clusterfuck of colors. Like a cloud
as
threw
you
off.
look at him down, up and down, starting from his shoes, you see two different colored shoes with different
Oh,
styles.
boy.
His
No.
left boot is bright orange
Oh.
with a white polka dot pattern going all over it. And the left one is a bright orange. The right one is a rich blue with an orange hexagonal pattern that just keeps going around it. Moving up, you see he's wearing parachute pants that are a patchwork of green, magenta, and pink. And they're being held up by two belts with interlocking buckles in the shape of the number 30. He's wearing a coat with a white tendril design. It's split into 4 sections. Each arm is a different color. The left one is a deep blue. The red one is a crimson red. Each side of the chest, one is yellow, one is green. He's wearing a black skin tight shirt underneath. And as you go up, you see two heterochromatic eyes just looking at you. One is a rich forest green, one is a bright piercing blue. And
Go ahead.
you would see every once in a while he would go to fix his hair or mess with his hair or move something that isn't there anymore. And he just looks down dejectedly as his hair's just wrapped around in some type of braid with some clips put together in it. In the back of his head, though, he has a sword, like a sword design etched into it, I guess the sides, curving all the way around back.
Wild.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the jacket. Would the jacket be it'd be a little bit burnt, would it not? At least it'd be a tear where the wings came out.
Yes,
Blood.
there are two
Color.
fairly straight-looking burn lines right at the back where the shoulder blades end. And also separate, there is a little bit of singeing at the wrists of the wrists of the jacket.
Oh, I forgot to mention his gloves. He has 2 BMX gloves. That's Perseus.
My mind is flashbanged every time I see you.
I want to get to something real quick. But before I do that, you seem to have an injury on your back. You alright there, bud?
It does not have an injury, by the way. It is just burned through the clothes.
Yeah, but to him it looks like it. It looks like
Okay.
he got like slashed by a flaming sword or something.
I'll be fine. I always am. I give you a bright
Alright.
smile.
Well, now that that's out of the way, what are you wearing, boy? What in the world is this?
What do you
I
mean?
don't think I've seen that many colors in my entire life, and I feel like I'm having a stroke.
Yeah.
I'm
That
glad it's
happened.
not just me this time.
Hey, Frog, if I
I
can,
don't mean to
At
be
least
rude,
I have a
but-
taste.
Frog, if I can voice a character for a moment.
Yeah.
What in the sad hell you doing, boy?
Essentially that, yeah.
I mean, I think I look good. I pull it off.
There's been a lot of shit that's changed in these past
Act-
500 years.
Fact, ouch.
My word.
And he really does pull it off. Oh my god.
He does with the charisma of, what is it, 19, 20?
19.
Yeah, no, he pulls off the outfit. It's
Like,
just
if it was
frustrating
anybody-
that he pulls off the outfit.
If it was anybody else wearing it,
I
it
don't
would
know
look like
I
dog
don't know
shit.
what's worse.
Oh, they could
The
pull it
fact
off.
that it exists and you're wearing it, or the fact that it works with you. I don't understand what the fuck I'm looking at here.
Honestly, don't even ask.
The last of the party is sitting on her bedroll. She is starting to stir and does look up. Neumond, please describe yourself.
Okay, hi. So she is a small lady, not as small as Felice, but she is a small lady so she has very light purple hair. It's like almost like a white purple, and she has 2 heterochromatic eyes, one purple and one gold, and she has a rune over her right eyebrow and then a rune under her left eye, and she wears a cloak and a somewhat of like it's a suit. There's a suit. She has a suit on. It's something with these armbands that also go right underneath her, like they start like right above her elbow, and she has 2 runes on each arm, or 1 rune on each arm, like upper arm by her shoulder, and she wears like a bow necklace, and she carries a brown bag, and she just wears dark boots.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna be going to sleep. And just like rolls out of the bedroll and just face plants into it.
I would like to point out that
Not
this
dry
bedroll
mouth.
is soaked in blood that is dried and it is tattered.
I'm sure it's not the worst thing he's ever slept in.
Probably the only thing he's ever slept in.
Felice, over the telepathic, will just, like, talk to them, just be like, okay, I understand you 2 share things in common, but how about we don't invite him to camp immediately after we meet him?
Looks like an upstanding individual.
A lot of people can look like upstanding people. The thing is, they might not be upstanding people. Remember bar nail. Whatever, just be more careful, okay?
As this happens, you all do start to realize that you need to get to bed.
It's time to rest.
It is time to rest. I am going to say that because we have 2 elves, the first 2 watches are held by either Jasper or Neumond, and the second two are held by either Jasper or Neumond, and then the non-elves can figure out who they're with at any given time.
I'd
I'll
still
take
like
the
to be
second.
awake for one of the shifts.
Yes. It is recommended that everyone is awake for at least one shift.
I'd like to keep awake for one shift with Jasper.
I'll keep Newman company then.
Okay.
Felice will just be like, little like stomp off, like
You're the
not
odd
quite
one
happy.
out. That's so funny.
I
Your
just-
man got snatched in 5 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely not happy
Imagine.
about that.
The first shift comes along. Is it just Jasper?
I think Reapa's character is also
Yeah.
with me.
I'll take first with
I would like you both to roll me perception checks.
Oh baby.
So, as you go along, you're both hunters, first and foremost. And you both do hear this slight metallic grinding, but nothing that gets anywhere near close to you, and the only sounds are the ones that bounce off of the walls through the cave. You can easily assume that the only reason you are even hearing this is because you have such good hearing and you are in an enclosed, echoey
Yeah.
cave. I will also say that Henry does not need to sleep.
Henry.
Bless Henry.
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 The second watch does start to roll around. Liam does need to sleep. Is anyone going to be staying up with Jasper?
Felice will.
Okay. Felice, you and Jasper are now sitting together quietly.
Yeah, the silence is no longer as companionable as before.
Jasper, nothing has changed. However, Felice, you are starting to be unsettled by these noises that you are just now noticing. As it sounds like the grinding of a steel mill. Almost as if someone was cutting something, and it starts to hark back to familiar places of manufacture
Oh.
before
Wow.
the memory gets out of your mind.
Can I ask if he heard that before?
I believe I would have, because that's like the
Yep, it's the same noises.
area that yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's been going on all night. I'm pretty sure it's because of that iron area that I was talking about before.
Can I try and history check to see like the specifics of what this ironing is?
I'm gonna be
Gold
honest,
colored metal.
straight up no.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
The best he is described is that it is metal and it is dangerous, and that is it.
That's the best I can really go for. I mean, there's like automatons. That's yep.
Alright.
Like yeah.
You have nothing to do with that, do you?
Oh, I don't know. I stay away from metal.
The metal thing you were talking about before?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the most metal I got is buckle on my shoes, and that's about it.
As your shift comes to a close, both of you start to fade out. Neumond, trance, rather, was fraught with, let's just say, unpleasantness, as memories that you don't remember come back and go away. You wake up, and from the looks of it, no one is awake with you to start. You are sitting alone. Is there anything that you would do as a character while you are alone?
Can you describe the area for me? That'll give me a better idea of what I would.
Basically, you are in like a straight shot, almost like perfectly straight cave that is consistent in shape until there are little bubbles that like make these little pockets, and you have set up this small camp in one of these pockets. There's barely enough space that everyone can put their bedroll down, and it is all centered around not even a fire pit. It's literally just the place where Liam set his torch to sit.
So very small area.
Very small area.
Okay. How far am I away from other people?
You are less than 5 feet away from everyone.
Okay. And
You are-
is there...
You are effectively trying to all fit in one tent.
So
Only-
we're in a tent?
No, metaphorically.
Okay.
Uh,
Got it.
the stone is as if it was a tent. So there is a
Not in a tent.
so there is a bubble of the stone that is about the size of one tent that you are all trying to pack into.
Well, since I am theoretically, to what I can see by myself, I'd probably grip my necklace that I have while looking around, trying to it's kind of like trying to get my surroundings, even though I can see it, just try to center myself.
All right. As you do, I would like you to make a perception check. It's honestly stark how quiet this area is. There is very little noise even made by the breathing of your companions. And what little noise is made echoes all the way through this tunnel and then all the way back. Every single movement you make, every crack of your joint echoes 3 or 4 times. But when you don't move and your party is resting quietly, there is not a single sound. As this watch comes to a close, you know that you are to wake up Perseus.
I'll shake his back or his shoulder, just his torso to wake him up.
Unfortunately, you can't just straight kick him.
I mean, she can. I don't know if she would though.
No, I would not kick him.
It'd be really funny though.
It's your turn to take the shift.
All right. You don't? Are you gonna go to sleep?
Not really.
You already have slept, Mitti. You have gotten a full trance in already.
Yeah, that's not really.
Oh
Already
well,
did.
I'd appreciate the company then, if that's the case.
Sure, that's fine.
I feel like we keep getting into these situations
What do you mean?
in caves or in the sewer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely becoming something that I'm not okay with being too familiar at. This is definitely not.
I'm gonna have to pay for extra tailoring on these clothes. Do you see these holes in my back?
Yeah. What happened with those?
With what?
Why? I don't understand. How did you do that?
Do what?
Roll me a deception check.
Yeah.
Me?
No. Funky. Who's being a lying sack of shit. Mitti, you get to roll me an insight check.
Oh,
You gotta beat a
gosh,
19.
I don't think I can.
Nope. Yeah, he doesn't seem to know what you're talking about.
Well, when you flew down, how did you do that?
Man, I don't know. I was falling. I didn't want to fall, and I guess I just didn't fall. I don't really know how else to explain it. Yeah, I didn't want to fall, so it just stopped.
Okay.
I wanted to land, but I guess I crashed, which isn't what I wanted.
You did a bit more than crash.
Did I?
Did
What's wrong?
you guys figure out how we're gonna get out of here?
As far as I know, no. I've learned that Liam is a tracking guy. He's a hunter, right? Of some sort. I've learned that Felice apparently not very good when it comes to a fight. But she can play music. We talked a little bit about what I could do. But I feel like that's not too interesting.
Roll me a perception check, the both of you.
How far are we away from, how far is Jasper away from,
Less than 5 feet.
No, I mean, in relation to people, bodies on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah.
Since he came in last, he's probably either 1 or 2 over. Most likely, he is 2 bodies over, specifically Felice and then Liam,
Okay.
as Felice would probably have slept next to Liam.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the farthest away from us.
Yes, but
Okay.
because of you are in a semicircle, you are also looking directly at him.
Yeah, that's why I was making sure that I could see him because I was gonna ask who he is.
That's a 21 on my perception check, by the way.
18.
All right. So, to start, Neumond, you do not see anything.
Okay.
Perseus,
That's me.
you see an old woman standing up straight at the far end of this this cavern. Even beyond where you can see through the light and your dark vision, she is standing there looking at you.
Oh man. I say out loud.
What?
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay.
As I get up and I head towards the figure.
As you do, she turns around and disappears.
Oh, I'll keep going to where she was.
You find nothing. You're walking back towards where you came from.
Guess it was my imagination. Or wait, what do you mean? Back to where towards I came from, to like where Neumond and everybody else is? Or
No.
back?
Back towards the last ruins you were in. Back towards the Grey Lakes.
All right, where are you taking me? What do you want? What do you need from me?
When do you get kidnapped?
You see nothing.
But do I feel anything like magic?
Roll me a charisma check or saving throw. Which one you do will change what you get.
Alright.
I'll do a saving throw because I think that'll be a lot more fun.
Thank
That's a B. So, not 20.
You notice nothing.
God damn it.
In fact, your dark vision cuts out.
Oh, fuck.
I panic full on. Oh my god, what? I'm gonna try to. I'll cast light.
You
Just out
cast
of-
light?
Yeah, out of pure fucking fear. That's never happened before.
In your reflection on this stone, as it is simply slick enough, you can get the barest glimpse of your face, and both of your eyes are green.
I'm gonna turn the light
And,
on and off. Trying to see if
as
it's just
you-
a reflection.
As you attempt to do so, the light stays. You have no control over this spell anymore. And as the light touches the wall, a small circle just dissolves before this light fades out.
What are you trying to tell me? What do I need to do?
Your dark vision kicks back in quickly, and you feel a slight searing pain in your head.
What do you need from me? Do I still not see her?
You see nothing. You don't even see your camp the other direction. You've walked too far out.
Hey, can't have shit in Detroit.
Ah. Landris, come on, give me a sign. Something, anything, just once. Please. I'm begging you.
Not as a illusion or an actual voice, but as a memory. Just of how many times you've been stuck not knowing what to do. Valandris letting you flounder. You just remember the way she would tell you, "Figure it out for yourself, stupid child." Not even... This bubbles up not even as, like... Not even because you're remembering Valandris. This just happens every time you try and ask for help, almost.
In general?
In general, this is just a memory that you are having. And that just kind of happens. This is a memory you have remembered a lot, and it just stays.
Fucking fine. I'll figure it out on my own. Fucking. Oh.
As you turn around, roll me another charisma saving throw.
19.
Your dark vision cuts out again slightly before coming back, and nothing else happens.
I'll try to take a second, or 5 or 10, maybe even 20, to compose myself and try to get the usual patented Perseus pep Trying to perk up.
Roll me a charisma check, specifically performance.
You're fucking me. That's in that one.
There is something about this that has just chilled you to your bone. Your hands are shaking slightly, and everything feels cold for whatever reason. So no matter how much you try and compose yourself, there is just a little bit of tremble in everything you do.
I'm gonna hide my hands in the pockets of this jacket that I'm wearing. I'll try to head back to where I came from.
Neumond, you watch as Perseus re-enters the cave looking nervous? Question mark? Apprehensive?
Are you okay? Did you take care of what you needed to take care of?
Yeah, everything's all taken care of. Everything's all good. Hey, quick question. What color are my eyes?
They have not changed from your perspective.
For me, they're blue and green. For me, correct?
Yes, they have.
Okay.
They
Okay.
look like his eyes always have looked.
Okay. Is this like a trick question? They're blue and green.
Just making sure. You never know.
Neumond, you may roll me a perception check, actually.
Perception? Okay.
Yep.
Or could that be insight, perhaps?
No, it is perception. As you're looking
Okay.
closer, you see that the blue eye, there is a small sliver of green on the inside.
Okay, inside of what?
Inside as in close to the nose.
As in the iris?
Yes,
Yeah.
the iris, there's a small sliver of green where it would have been blue on the side closest to the nose,
Okay.
but that is all.
Is there anything else I noticed? Okay, that's it?
Yep.
Wait. Is he standing?
Yes.
Am I sitting?
You can be.
No, I meant like, was I already like?
That's up
If not, I
to
was just.
that's
okay,
up to
then
you
I
as a
was
player.
sitting. I was already sitting. I'm gonna get up and like walk up to him and like look him in his eyes and like squint at him.
Are you? Do you touch him in this process?
No,
Okay.
not yet, but
Okay.
no. Are you sure you're okay?
Come on, you know me. When aren't I okay?
Roll me deception with disadvantage.
So first roll is a 23. Second roll, 13.
Neumond, roll me an insight check.
What insight? Oh no!
Would that be never mind.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
He's such
Honestly-
a good friend.
Honestly, he looks as healthy as he's ever been. He's always kind of been a rock for you, so you just expect him to always be there and always be able to do things. You don't.
But I still see the eye, right?
Yep. And from what you can tell, it could have just always been like that. Heterochromia is weird, so sometimes your eyes can have different colors. Sometimes one eye can be multiple colors. So it's not impossible, it's just neat that you haven't noticed it before.
I mean, I guess if you've always had like, I guess like kind of green in both eyes, I guess it's normal then.
Yeah. We should keep watch.
Yeah, sure. And then I walk back and go sit where I was sitting.
Alright, your watch ends uneventfully. You all wake up.
Do you mind if I call you Jasper? Or do you prefer honorifics of some sort?
I don't really mind.
Jasper, I'm assuming that down this tunnel is the ironworks you mentioned?
Oh yeah. Vast, whole bunch of rock that's now metal, and basically everything's metal.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not great.
Well, you could either try to find a way up and out to the surface through there, or we could head back and try a different tunnel.
Wait, do you think that there's a way out from there?
There's a possibility.
Yeah, most likely. You have to consider where else it would be getting
Where do you all come from?
Well, I mean, it seems with our motley group here, it seems like we have people from all over.
Let's see your life story and more of the stuff that's relevant to getting out of here. We can
Yes.
talk about pleasantries later.
I am more of an entertainer than I am a fighter, and I know magic, so I will be in the back line for most of the time. I also can empower you with a different kind of magic that you might not have seen before. And then Felice will summon her cat.
It is currently very sleepy. You do actually know this kind of magic.
Wild.
Wacky.
More accurately, you have heard of spirit magic. The few survivors who ventured towards the north and ended up at the Sand Sea would have met some amount of survivors who wielded spirit magic. Always women and always powerful.
Is that hereditary? How do you do that sort of thing?
Well, I assume it's from my mother. I was told. Yes, in a way. There aren't too many of my kind pretty much anymore. Are you familiar?
Yeah, there wasn't many of you when I was around.
Huh. Well, it's a
Or
little
even
comforting
less
to
now.
know. It still stays the same. Well, it should be hereditary. To be honest, my father was never too talkative on the subject.
Well, now we're up. We're around. Let's go back and try the other way. Just for a little bit. I would very much like to not go near the middle.
It sounds terrible.
It is. Can you imagine sticking natural anything?
Well, it's less
Sounds
of
rough.
so just being unnatural. It's just the fact that everything there can and wants to kill you.
Yeah, I'm also
That's
just
it.
wondering why it's underground.
I mean, what is rock but unrefined ore?
I just
It's
don't
true.
know why you'd actually be refining it so
Hey,
close to
Do
gathered.
any of you have a mirror that I could look at real quick,
Yes, I do.
please?
Is it urgent? Are you
I just-
alright?
I just want to check something.
Always
I,
got his drip.
I do have a mirror, so Felice will give you. It looks more like a makeup mirror than it does like a.
I just want to check on the eye, which is really what the whole point of this is. Right
Roll
now.
me a perception check.
I perceive 19.
19. Looks blue.
I just thought I had a pimple. I was gonna say that's not very I don't get those. My skin felt weird. I just wanted to check it out. Thank you. Pimple.
Oh.
Never.
If we head back through this tunnel, we might encounter the Greylings.
Ah, yes. Well, it seems like they aren't too, I'd say, involved with the needs of others. I mean, it seemed that conflict was more out of concern for their food supply. If we keep away from it, I don't know if it should start a confrontation.
We can scope out that middle city and then come back if shit gets real bad. How about that?
Excuse me, if you don't mind me asking, who are you?
I'm Jasper.
I look
Nice
over
to
to
meet you.
Jasper.
Yeah.
Yes, you weren't quite there when he introduced himself, I suppose. So,
Yeah, we're kind
just-
of mumbling about something while in a trance.
Oh? Okay.
Upright, crisscross, just sitting.
I guess. I don't really
Would you
understand
mind
what you're
introducing
talking about.
yourself again to her? She's kind of confused.
Alright. Well, I'm Jasper Stagwood. I'm just kind of out here trying to live and get the fuck out of this here cave.
He's
I'm a druid, don't really practice the faith, but I have the power, so.
Oh, okay.
from a
Well,
different
I'm
time.
Neumond.
Yeah, I'm a little behind on the times as well. I was kind of trapped in a tar pit for at least 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
In a normal tar pit. That's why I carry around as a walking stick here. Because, gotta check what's underneath your feet before you start walking on it. Learned that the hard way. Lost 200 years of my life for that.
Yeah, consequences were higher for you than for most. Well, Neumond here is our local magic slinger. She's got much more of a wide variety than I do.
I guess you could say something like that.
Also, she really likes dogs and bones, so if you two have a common connection over that or whatever, I don't know. You seem
I
to
can turn
connect
into a
well
dog.
enough.
You can
You
what?
can?
Yeah. Here, hold on.
Wasn't
Let's
expecting
go
that.
near that city first, then I'll scope it out, and then I'll turn into a dire wolf or something.
So we're heading back on. Excuse me, back up, right?
Well,
Heading down
I
the
recommend if we can, we can avoid the Greatlings. So we should go back, check the middle city, just to see what's going on, because it actually is a city. It's all metal though.
Mhm.
Maybe if there's that much, I guess, construction, it has to be near the surface, right?
Mhm.
some capacity.
So we just gotta make sure to avoid a lot of the baddies around there. So, I'll cast Pass Trace for you guys.
By the way,
Thanks.
DM,
Yes,
that tail that I told you,
it has
it
gone
goes
away.
away. Yeah.
That's right, a short or long rest. I remember.
Mhm.
Alright, so
Y'all have a +10 to your stealth modifiers now.
Okay.
Let's go.
In addition to your actual dex mod.
This is why rogues are ridiculous.
Druid funny gaming movement.
who's taking the lead? I'm assuming it'd be okay.
Because I am Circle of the Moon, so even when I'm in my wild shape, I don't take damage when it comes to like my actual HP.
You're circling the pog.
Yeah. So as you see, my form just gets a little bit shorter and shorter, and he goes on all fours, and you see like a big wolf with like a large mane, just kind of.
Does
Now-
the wolf form also suffer from the rot that you have?
Yes,
And
you watch as it's much more pronounced in the wolf form, as almost half of his face is growing and not even bubbling. It just looks like it's growing too quickly. And he has to scrape his face against the side of the cave in order to get it off. One of his ears grows longer and longer before he has to literally scrape it off.
And
all-
within, like the next 15 minutes is already back.
Body
Yes.
horror. Delicious.
Every single part of his body when he transforms becomes fully fleshy, and he has no wounds once he transforms, and he has to, as these bubbles pop up, he has to scrape them away. And for a good like 10 seconds of his wild shaping, he is already wild shaped, but he is rubbing his back along, like he is rolled over and is scraping as much as he can off.
Do you need any help with that? It seems painful.
You hear like a grunt from like a dog because he can't speak.
Yes or no, nod or shake your head.
You see like the dog head tilt, like just nods, like kind of points a paw to like his back area.
On his back, you see that his actual spine, like the actual bones of his spine, are starting to grow outwards slightly, and he can't reach it easily.
I have the perfect solution for this, and I would like to pull out one half of my quarterstaff.
All right.
What are you
I would
doing?
like to vigorously back scratch my druid.
Yep.
All right. As you do, you start scraping off skin and then eventually into bone as you start to scrape into his marrow. These spiny
He doesn't seem that affected
protrusions.
by it.
These spiny protrusions start to like file down a little bit, and as far as it looks from his reactions, you are just scratching a small itch.
Ugh. Felice is just very disgusted.
Neumond's
For stealth is a
intrigued.
19.
All right.
Max, correct?
Yes, everybody stealth, please.
Okay.
If you are heading towards the Iron City, please stealth.
Don't forget, we got
7.
plus 10 because our druid is
Yep.
great.
17, never mind.
17.
19, 17, 17.
Was it with us all rolling below 10? Okay, never mind.
25.
Gosh.
Ironically enough, the guy dressed the loudest.
The guy who failed it last time.
So it's that plus 10.
It's like a flashbang. People can't see you because you're too
So I got a
too
23.
much color.
23. Okay. All of you feel something weird as your boots themselves start to have fur grow over the bottoms of it. And you feel like padding almost grow between you and your clothes. And as you step, everything is quiet. You leave no trace. And all of you manage to feel like you are hidden.
Yeah, Felice will just mutter to herself, as much as I love fur, this is a bit too much.
As you start to progress, it takes about 10 minutes before you get to where the iron starts. And you see that it is these flat bands of iron that are almost perfectly even and evenly spaced along this wall. And you start to see your torchlight starts to reflect off of things in front of you, and it starts to flicker back inwards, and you can see shining, gleaming metal ahead of you, and you start to make out the form of... Is that a road? And as you do you keep going onwards into the city?
I do. I'll take the lead, but if no one follows within like the 30-foot range of me, I'll stop and wait for them.
I would like to
Okay.
go right next to Jasper.
All right.
I will be in the back.
I'll be in the middle.
Okay, but everyone is walking forward, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So
As you do, you watch as these bands of metal behind you slam together. These blades that are somewhat familiar to some of you come down and like turn into this mesh of swords. You are trapped. It is, by the way, several layers. With about 10 feet in between each layer, there's about 5 different layers.
Layers of what? Excuse me?
Layers of these, like, basically grates made out of blades that have sliced downwards. You are still in mostly a cave. It's just that the cave itself, behind you was stone, and then slowly, like, bands of iron existed. And then now in front of you, you can see this transition in which the exact size, the exact shape of this tunnel is turning from stone to iron. And I mean polished, like perfect sheen, sword metal iron, as if it has been manufactured and taken care of all of its life.
And
And
Iron well lit.
The light from your torch reflects almost perfectly out of it, and it starts to open up about another 35-40 feet in front of you.
I use my thieves' tools and check for traps.
You may use your thieves' tools and check for traps.
What do I roll?
That is sleight of hand, survival.
Survival, gotcha.
I'll
That's-
give you advantage on that.
Thank you.
How are you giving advantage?
I have proficiency in survival, but yes, in terms of... Wait, do I even have proficiency in survival? Yes, I do, don't I? Yes, I do.
I can also
Okay,
help, but-
please do also
so-
describe what you are doing.
So,
Obvious-
would...
okay.
I would be looking for reflections and other tiny dips inside the stone with the eye of somebody who has seen a craftsman look over their trade.
As you both look down, roll. Who would like to roll me the survival check?
I'll be the smelling for like oils and stuff and things that could be set up. with
Then
poison
I would
and
like Perseus, please roll me survival with advantage.
Yeah, baby!
So that would
Sorry,
be
go.
a 11 for that one. And then that would be a
17.
Oh,
You very quickly notice that the stones under your feet, which this entire cave has been somewhat cobbled with stones, as it does still seem to be one of these roads that between the cities. But as you look down, you notice that some of the stones have turned to iron much farther ahead, but all behind the grate. And as you look down, you notice that you are in fact stepping on one of these stones.
Ooh. So I might be in a bit of a predicament right now.
Roll me an insight check.
I'm fine. We're gonna be great.
No,
No.
you are actually terrified.
It's in that one.
Yes, you are terrified. This switch has got to be something terrible.
Oh my god, why?
Everyone who held to the survival check does also notice that he is currently stepping on a pressure plate.
I'll can we push him off of it?
I have a plan.
Just slowly? Or
'Kay.
what's the plan?
I'm gonna unwild shape, rewild shape, turn into a giant spider, and silk over the pressure plate to keep it like locked where its position was, and let him move his foot off. And keep
Okay.
the same pressure.
Smart.
That's my wild shape's going. Fuck.
Roll me.
Yeah, what is that?
Would it be? Never mind.
Probably Dex, almost as if it was sleight of hand to try and make the web.
My web just recharges, so I can just do that. After every turn. So.
Oh, okay, never mind. That's just an ability. Got it. Yep. You do this. It sticks the plate down. Is there a saving throw for that web?
It is a ranged spell attack.
Ranged
Not
spell.
It's a ranged weapon attack. Sorry.
It is a ranged weapon attack, and okay, then it does not matter.
Okay.
The pressure plate is currently stuck down.
Epic. I'm gonna stay in spider mode so I have a lot of legs and I can walk between the stones and the pressure plates.
Wait, could I get on that?
You wanna ride him?
How big is
Say
the
it.
spider? Hold on.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I'm
How
2
large
feet
am
tall.
I?
I believe you're a medium or large
I'm
creature.
a large beast. I'm a large beast. You
Yep.
absolutely can.
I'm
Absolutely.
like 30 pounds. What the
Anyone
heck?
here can.
Oh, could
Yeah.
we just all get on and go?
No, not all
No,
of you.
one
Okay.
medium creature can ride one large creature. 2 medium creatures can ride one huge creature. 3 medium creatures can ride one giant creature.
I'm so small though.
Yeah, can a medium and a small together ride?
It would be your absolute limit.
Okay, never mind then.
Depending on who it was, Neumond, maybe, like without a problem. Liam would be like your upper limit, and Percy, no, just fucking no. Percy's a big dude.
Yeah, okay.
I thought they were the same height.
Percy.
Is
Yeah,
it your duffel
Per-
bag?
Percy's got more on him.
Oh,
more-
got it,
Neumond,
got it,
you
got
are
it.
very
more
specifically
man.
skinny.
No, I was talking about because of Liam and Percy. They're like the same height. So I
Liam
thought
is
they were-
5'8". Perseus is 5'11".
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
no.
Thought they're the same height.
I know how big my players are.
How much does Liam weigh?
Let me check.
Because with equipment, I weigh 226.
Excluding equipment, I weigh 140. Including equipment, I weigh 189.95.
Excluding
I didn't
equipment,
weigh-
I weigh 145.
Yeah, you have a lot more equipment than I.
Fun fact, I weigh 210 IRL.
Actually, I wouldn't even weigh that much. A lot of these are
Big boy.
my packed weapons, so the weight wouldn't even be right.
I'd
I
like
think
to
would be about the
imagine-
same.
I
Oh,
like to
okay.
imagine Frog in real life just steps on a pressure plate, goes through the
Yeah.
it's like the
break
foot
pressure
goes
plate,
through. Like, oh,
And it
Oh.
just doesn't even work.
Also, I IRL am 240.
Yeah, break the contraption underneath. That's how you win.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Anyway, you are currently stuck. You are currently surrounded by pressure plates. As you look forward, the cobblestones do just start to turn to steel. Like, fully.
So this is a
city of
long
pressure
wall.
plates, is it?
What?
I hope this is not a city of pressure plates.
That would be most unfortunate.
All right. Get on the side of me.
Side?
Side of me. And just walk along the wall.
Oh! Oh! Huh, okay. I mean,
Yep.
yeah.
Just absolutely avoid that shit. Like the plague.
As you go along, I would like anyone who is not on the wall to make me a dexterity saving throw in order to avoid the pressure plates.
Can I just hang on to giant
Yes,
spider?
you were hang on to giant spider.
Yay!
Okay, so explain what's happening just to make sure I know what's going on.
Yep. So basically, you are currently on a cobblestone road in the middle of a cave, and some of the cobblestones are made of metal, and it is obvious that those are pressure plates of some kind. But as you go further along, all of the cobblestones turn to metal. And you are no longer sure if that is pressure plates or if it is just the city.
Got it.
In front of you, you are starting to see what is a fully, like, polished iron city, with literally everything being made out of polished iron.
Okay. And what about the wall? Just I wanna make sure I know what's
I'm a
going on.
spider on the wall carrying someone.
Got it. Cool. Great.
So we have less people having to make the save.
Nice.
So
Even though we're the most dexterous people, which I probably could pass the save.
I would like Percy, Neumond, and Liam to make me dex saves.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Felice just said.
That would be a 24, my guy.
Oh no.
That'd be an 18, my guy.
Oh,
Oh
good
boy,
golly.
this can only go well.
No,
Sir,
man, you got
what
this.
am I doing?
You got this, Neumond?
Dexterity
Dex
save, yes.
Press the
Wow,
dex
you're so
button.
dexterous.
Yeah! You got this.
As you go along, you all feel confident. Neumond,
Oh, fuck.
as you're about to get to where it all turns to iron, you step on one of the iron ones that are, like, right at the edge, and you hear it click.
Oh, great. Okay.
Get down.
It's
All right.
president.
Hold on. I'm gonna skitter on over. Do the same shit again.
Okay?
Hope for the best. And skitter this away back onto the wall.
Yeah,
And
did
just
we...
wait.
Did anything
Get a
happen?
gaming.
Nothing happened.
Oh, that's totally informational. Oh. If it's not to kill someone, it's to inform someone, and that's not good.
I would like you to make me an insight check, please.
Me? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Boink. That is a 4.
Oh.
Nah, there's gotta be something here that's going to kill someone soon.
Yeah. Going to kill someone soon. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
However, you have all now made it to the edge of the iron, and
Fucking Registeel waiting on the other side. Dun, 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 dun.
I really hate it when my players make poorly timed jokes.
Sorry.
No. As you all walk out into this city,
Oh,
you turn to your left, and you see an 8-foot tall metal
no.
figure.
Oh, damn it.
shit.
It was Registeel.
Would we still be stealthy?
You would still be stealthing. However,
Ooh.
the eyes of this giant iron man are made out of red gems that look up and look down, and you can see a magical cone coming out of his eyes.
Not
Can
real
I-
eyeballs.
As
Can
it
I use my-
scans, anyone who would like to get out of the way of it, I would like you to make a dex save, not a stealth check.
Dex
Dex
save.
save?
Sure, I can do that.
I too.
That's a 14.
22,
That's a 22.
baby.
Oh my. Oh, 5.
Yeah!
Never mind.
Never mind.
I'm
As
You got
as
baited.
it turns its head and
Oh,
it
for me.
and this red light just hovers over Neumond, you watch as this circle slowly gets tighter, and it shudders to life.
Oh god, is Newman
Why
gonna
is it
die
always
again?
focused on the wizard?
It's always me.
Newman's gonna die again!
Oh, don't worry,
Yeah.
if you hadn't rolled a 5, Percy also rolled too low.
Hey,
Oh.
it comes down between me and you,
Did I
unfortunately.
manage to stay?
Hold on.
Or did I have been like
It-
third?
It takes one very slow step forward.
Toward
And-
me?
Yes.
I'm
And
gonna-
that is where we are going to end it tonight.